Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. and we're back for round 2 of this Culling. This is Professor Meg. Welcome to the channel, Meg. She's part of the channel, never mind. Welcome to all of you. Welcome aboard. Meg currently is not happy because this is the second Culling. The second Culling. If you missed it...
The Culling!
If you missed it, I'll have a link down below to the last Culling video where we went through Professor Meg's collection and chose to cull whatever is going on over here.
Guys, I'm fine. I'm fine. I know some of you are like genuinely concerned for me. I am emotional, but I'm emotional about everything. I'm okay. We'll see if I'm okay by the end of it.
I love that the start of this video is you just being like, I hate you, before we even start. I love it. I love it. But with this said, no one's forcing anyone to do anything. This is a collection culling. We did this last time. Meg both found it therapeutic and also resented me a bit. Both things are true.
Yeah.
This is motivating.
It was good, and then I was like, I will never do this again. And then Alex came to visit and somehow talked me into doing this again.
We're back here doing this culling, this time specifically motivated by the Level Up convention, the Level Up retreat that we'll be doing. We talked about this already, you've probably seen on the channel, I'll throw a link to that down below as well. But effectively we're running a retreat, and I mentioned to Meg, like, hey, if you want to, like, you know, get rid of any more games, you can give them to Level Up retreat, and then if you really have second thoughts, at least they'll still be there, and I'll let them, you have them back and all that stuff. Yeah. So this is a motivating.
And I know I didn't tell you this part, Alex, because you don't care at all about the emotional side of things, but getting to see people not only this year at Level Up, but at future years at the Level Up convention, like, that's what part of why I'm into it. That I will actually see these games played and, like, people having fun with them, hopefully, at tables.
Yeah. I sort of get that.
I know you...
No, I sort of... I don't know. I think for me, I have that... Like, again, I did a full video on games I'm getting rid of, getting to Level Up. And part of that
not
for
once
me,
did that cross your mind.
No, not that part. But the feeling of it's not gone crossed my mind. The feeling of, hey, like, because there are many games that are, there are many experiences.
But the thought that it's being enjoyed somewhere is a draw.
I don't.
For me.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. It's nice. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and we're going to dive into this. We're going to be walking around. I don't know how long this video will be, so check the timestamps, do what you need to do. But we're going to go ahead and start in the other room, so we'll be right back. We're going to go over the shelf. If you've been here before, if you've watched the last video.
Welcome to my house.
Yeah, if you welcome to the house, first of all.
Yeah.
But also a lot of the general, like, some things change. Games, collections, shelves always change. But for the most part, there's going to be some rehashing of some of the same old territory. I'll be picking targeted picks that I know you are a little less attached to, or I think. I'm sure I'm going to be wrong at some of these.
Be so hard.
That I think you're a little less attached to. And we'll see what happens. As usual, there may be a post-video second thought on one or two games. That usually happens, like where you're like, oh, that one actually is going to stay. We'll figure that out. But in the meantime, we're going to start with the other room, and then we'll come back here and tour through this room, and we'll see what else can leave the collection.
And if you guys are lucky, you'll see a pet or two.
Yeah, and if you just want final thoughts at the end, just skip to the last 10 minutes where we'll show you all the games that were culled and also talk about, you know, the benefits of culling, whether you should or shouldn't. Honestly, you only should if you want to. There's reasons to cull, but you only should if you want to. Do not be pressured into it by other people in your lives. Do not be someone who pressures people into culling. Banter aside, I couldn't care less whether Meg gets rid of games at all. I couldn't care less whether you get rid of games. Do what makes you happy as long as you're not
if it's getting in the way of you opening your refrigerator, something like that. Well, like if you can't get necessities.
I think that's a drastic mistake. If it's at the point where it's getting in the way of you opening your refrigerator, just store them in the fridge instead. It's so much better. You'll get more room taken care of.
Well, that's why you're opening it.
Well, if you put them in the fridge and you put boxes in front of the fridge, that's just annoying.
Well,
that's
supposed
a level.
To use a fridge
that's
for.
A level. If you have them in the fridge and in front of the fridge, that's a level.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll see you in the next room.
Welcome to Professor Meg headquarters, where this shelf hasn't changed much since the last time you saw it. Now, I do want to point out to whoever in the comments said it, I think at least one person said it, they said, what's the point of having a record player if you're going to have board games on top of it? Actually, my tactic was to put the game on top of the record player to purposely make sure that it was played, and it still hasn't been played, so the tactic isn't working. But that was why it was there, to purposely be like, this is not a permanent spot, it has to move, we're playing immediately, and I've had it for like 6 months, so...
Also, at this point, based on the previous conversation, we're going to put games into the record player, and then games on top of the record player, so you can't get into the games.
Fair. Yeah. But yeah, the intent was purposeful to be like, yo, we gotta pull this out, but then we never took the game.
I love how this started off as like, to those of you who commented last time, just so you know, technically you're right.
This time on Professor Meg, validated. Yeah, so you were right. I no longer use the record player or play the game, and they're just both in my house.
All right, so we're gonna be. How do you want to handle this?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay, there's a few
I'm
ways.
freaking out.
We can stop. We can stop if you want.
I just don't know what's gonna happen.
So nothing's gonna happen. Nothing dangerous. How about this? Why don't we do a fairly rapid fire? You can talk quickly, right?
Yeah.
As quick as me?
How quick do you want?
Oh, that is pretty decent.
I can try as hard as I can.
Alright, cool. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's start with why don't you just go through across the top row, and for each one, just give a less than a sentence on why you're keeping it.
We've done this before though. We
Let's
have
do
done
this.
this. Okay. Beast is new. I also love it. Adventures of Robin Hood, new. Also love it. Mice and Mystics, I'm currently painting. Sleeping Gods, I want to play. This is Gosu. I'm not sure about that. This is a prototype, so it doesn't matter. This is Paperback Adventures. I'm keeping that. Skyrim is still unopened. Namiji, maybe you want to talk.
You played Namiji.
Yeah.
You didn't love it.
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe you want to talk.
You want to get rid of that one? You were okay with that. You were only okay with that. You're tolerably okay with it.
I know, but a white box on the shelf looks really good.
There's always going to be another white box, Meg.
There's always going to be another white box. Yeah, Namiji is one. As we were going, I was like, well.
Yeah, keep in mind the balance in my end.
Paperback Adventures.
Oh, look, mirror, Alex over there. The balance in my end is that I don't mind.
Do you want me to pull them out? Because I believe that's what you.
If you are in any way considering it.
If I remember the previous purge, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
so.
my balance is I want to bring up whether a title should potentially leave. I don't want to harp. I don't want to harp on it.
Fine.
Because if you harp on it, you start getting into that borderline territory where I am incentivizing and encouraging to get rid of that game, which is not my goal.
I would like to look through it again just to be sure, but Namiji is one I would consider.
Okay, moving on to the next. Paperback Adventures, by the way, is fantastic. A box is behind the shelf now. Paperback Adventures is fantastic. Gosu, I've had good times with Gosu, but it's also available on BGA, and I just don't.
I haven't played the Goblin version though, and it fits all in a deck box with the rules that I actually have it in my travel stuff. This is an empty box.
Oh, nice.
So I want to try traveling with it, and if I don't play it in the next few months traveling, then I'll get rid of it.
I think Gosu, the Goblin version, is so much nicer than
cute.
the original.
It's very
so
cute.
much nicer than the new one. So much nicer than Gosu X.
X.
Yeah, I mean, gameplay-wise, there's small changes, but thematically, I love the original Goblins.
Alright, so Astra is new and a birthday present, just haven't played it yet. That's Parks and Trails. I still want to keep Trails for now. I did travel with it and use it.
You should get rid of Dice Miner. It's only your number 3.
Well, so I have this Dice Miner, but I also have a Dice Miner over here. So I believe this Dice Miner is actually leaving. But this one I'm keeping. This is the prototype of Mythic Mischief because, Austin, you still haven't sent me Mythic Mischief.
Oh, at this point, Austin said he's going to send me mine. Meg has a prototype of Mythic Mischief. At one point when I was traveling, I brought Mythic Mischief, and Meg kept it for safekeeping. And I was like, Austin, can you just send her a copy? He's like, I'll just send you a copy. It's all good, so we're fine.
Yeah, so I'm owed one. Quests of Yore I still haven't played. That was one we picked on last time. But it's also like an RPG thing. I don't think it's for a library.
Do you think you're ever going to play it?
I would still prefer to like to. And this one is going to one of the other board vendors. This was gifted to the board vendors, so now it just has to hit somewhere else in the rotation, so it's leaving. It's
Wasn't it in the last video?
It was. I'm just not sure who's getting it yet, and I think I was supposed to bring it to Gamma.
Cool.
And I couldn't fit it in my luggage. So
Next up.
it is leaving. I'm just not sure when, but soon. This one, Don't Go In There, I enjoyed. We played it once.
It's on BGA.
I've only gotten one play. I did enjoy it. This was a birthday present I still haven't played. Vagrant Song I'm playing through, and then I have the Big Box Terraforming Mars, which
goes
I've
nowhere.
never played with still
It
since
goes
I got
nowhere.
it. But
Terraforming Mars, Big Box goes nowhere.
this is Not My Three Sisters. I might start sneezing from all of this. This is Not My Three Sisters, but I am keeping it.
Yeah. Also, fun fact: the battery on this over here already is down to 2 bars, which means if at any point there's a random cut, it means one of 2 things: either the battery cut out and will continue, or Meg sneezed and I pretended that the battery cut out and will continue.
I might. Paint the Roses I still enjoy a lot. I don't play it enough as more, but I still enjoy. Unlock, this one's still sealed that I have particular people to play it with, and this one has 2 left for me. Explorer Jar I love. Destiny's I'm like not the best on, but I want to play
Destiny's?
Witchwood.
You want to play Witchwood?
Yeah.
Why? Oh, because of witches?
I was told to.
What's the upside of it?
I don't know.
I
was told that it changes a few things and is a little more interesting.
I thought it did a minor improvement on solo play. Actually, I don't know if I played. I'm not confident. I played Destiny's Witchwood both competitive and solo. I'm not confident if I played with the new solo rules, so take that with a grain of salt. But I didn't think the solo play was that much better. But again, I don't know if I played with old rules and new rules.
I have to go get a tissue.
Go get a tissue. I'll run this conversation. So, Destiny's is one. If you watch my videos, you'll see Destiny's actually did finally leave my collection. It's a game I feel really bad about. And the reason I feel really badly about is because it's the first 5 out of 5 that has left my collection since doing these videos, this channel. And
I was gonna say, I love the commitment to no cuts as I come blowing my nose.
Yeah, no cuts. And I feel bad about that because inherently the nature of in any way hyping up anything means that there's a degree of like, oh my gosh, get this game. And I love Destinies. I did. I also found a lot of games that did the same thing to me. And Destinies is still good. I'm just overloaded with campaigns that do the same thing without an app, and I'm really not an app person. So I like it. I would happily play it anytime. It also left. So first 5 out of 5 on the channel, living my collection. Sorry about that. Commitment to no cuts is not working as expected.
We're back. Dragon Basement Bathysphere is a solo game. I feel like you're having trouble with how short I am.
I am.
I feel like that's the part of it. Guys, when I vlog, can I take this for a minute? This is actually my camera. When I vlog, I have a hard time because everyone's like this.
I'm always doing this in her videos. I'm Alex.
Yeah. Should I be pointing?
Up to you. I just need to look
Should
at...
I be driving?
No. As long as
it's hard to get you in.
My issue is as long as I look at the screen, I'm fine. It's when I pretend to
This is classic
look at you.
board game co troubleshooting on the footage.
There's no cuts.
Okay. There was just a cut. Bargain Basement Bathysphere by WizKids. It's a solo game. Alex has also played a bit of it, where you're playing through these different sheets. So far, I didn't love it. I kind of like played through it. I had an okay time, but it was one of those things where I was pushing myself through to learn it. I still want to try maybe like 2 more levels, but after that, I don't even know if I would finish it.
Interesting.
That's how much I didn't like it. Let's find out.
So for me, I thought Bargain Basement Bathysphere was fine. I played it, I don't even know.
I played up to the 3rd one. Because that's how I was keeping track. There was no way to keep
So
track.
you need a drop more, I think, in my opinion.
Well, that's why I want to give it a little more.
Yeah, I don't think it's amazing. I think it's a game that, to me, it's a one and done. But, like, I'm happy to play through the whole thing. I think
How
it's a
far did
fun, maybe 5, 6 missions.
And you'll still keep going?
I'm still gonna keep going. Like,
Okay.
it's I think so. It's 20,
Well, I mean,
so...
after that, I'm happy to get rid of it, but...
Yeah, it's definitely a one and done for me.
Yeah. Okay. Kabuto Sumo I really enjoyed. There might be something behind it. There's not. Star Wars Rebellion I'm keeping. Lord of the Rings Journeys to Middle-earth I'm keeping. Fantasy Flight! These 2 are still sealed for me to play through with people. I'd like to play this with you, Alex.
Chronicles Junagor?
Yeah.
I have a copy.
Oh, shit. Well, this one's sealed. No, I'm keeping it. This was a gift. This was a gift from a very special friend, so I don't want to get rid of it. This one's sealed because I want to play through it with Jake and Alicia. Do you want to...
Are we done with those shows?
Well, I'm coming over here. I don't know. We're almost done. This is still just a copy of Rove. The old Rove. Forgotten Waters, which I love and I'm keeping. I think that's very fun. You do need a group, but I enjoy it. Stardew Valley, really enjoy it. Stuffed Fables, I'm in the middle of painting. I still haven't played that one, but it's a plaid hat. I enjoy plaid hat, and I just want to finish painting it before I play it. Oros is new. Fog of Love, maybe I would get rid of, but I feel like that's not one that needs to be on the top of the chopping block. I enjoy it. I couldn't tell you the last time I played it, but I did get the Paranormal expansion, and I'd like to play that before I get rid of it. Ashes, that's the old school Ashes, so I'm keeping it. I kind of have it as like a thing for me now. Time Stories I still haven't played, but, and I think you don't enjoy Time Stories. I haven't played that, but I did play the Midsummer Night Dream. I had a great time with that, so I also have the Hadal Project, but either of those I haven't played yet.
Yeah, Time Stories wasn't for me. I tried it way back in the day. I'm open to trying it again, but, like, not my jam.
Yeah.
Yep. So we've made progress to the tune of 1 game so far.
Yeah. Behind Hadal Project is just records, and behind Verdant is records. But Verdant I could maybe get rid of. That's one that I would want to play like just a little bit more, like look through in like Nameji. But
so a big recommendation I give you for Verdant, this is true of Cascadia as well, because I know that you enjoy the.
I was gonna say of Cascadia, Verdant, and Calico.
Yeah.
I would rank them Calico, Cascadia, Verdant, and I would never pick Verdant.
And I would do Cascadia, Calico, Verdant. Although in solo modes, I think Calico has the best solo mode.
Yeah.
What I would say is both for Cascadia and Verdant, skip the first few solo modes that are point-based only, and go to the solo modes that give you restrictions. That's where the fun is.
So I actually, but even with the restrictions, I find like Calico and Cascadia more, I would just go to that first. And then it also reminded me, because it's AEG, that AEG also had a title come out around the same time.
City.
Well, no, they had that old wallpaper come out, which is very different, but where it's like home designing, and like if you want something that's like calming in patterns, I would pick that old wallpaper over Verdant.
Cool. Are we done with this room? I mean, the Horizon Zero Dawn
Should we get rid of Verdant?
I am open and excited about you getting rid of anything, but that's up to you.
I'll put it on the considerations list. Okay. We're just making like a general considerations list. Fog of Love.
I will say on a personal level,
could end up there by the end of the year.
On a personal level, it does pain me fairly recently that Verdant's on the chopping blocks and so many of these are being stained. But that's a personal thing about my preferences, not about hers.
And then Horizon staying, and Sleepy Hollow staying, War of the Ring is staying, Mosaic staying, This dice miner I'm actually giving to you, right, Alex?
I believe so.
We're actually adding a game to the Board Game Co. collection.
I have coffee in one hand and a camera in the other,
It
so
was
I
given,
can't grab it.
just know.
It was given. It was given.
And then this is a prototype.
Cool. Next room.
On to the next room.
We drop things. We'll see you in the next room. We're in the main room. I'm not optimistic about how the first room went. We got rid of, not even got rid of, but 2 tentative games on the culling pile, and we're gonna see how room 2 goes. We're gonna see exactly what happens. Again, listen, worst case scenario, we get rid of 2 games in the entire video, and I just don't post this, and we call it a day. But otherwise, do you want to go ahead and start the conversation around what else you're getting rid of?
I don't know what else I'm getting rid of.
Okay.
Nothing else?
Do you want to pick a shelf?
Sure.
That sounded wow.
We've already gone
harsh.
through all the shelves. I have a lot of games.
Okay.
I don't know if we should go full shelf by shelf.
That's fair. That's fair. Should I just start doing targeted picks?
Yeah.
Okay, great. When was the last time you played Scythe?
Okay, so Scythe I don't even like. But, well, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. If anyone wants to play it, I don't mind it. I just don't, I'm not like, yo, please play Scythe with
Shout
me.
out to Expeditions. Loving Expeditions, by the way.
Yeah, I did really enjoy Expeditions. But I keep it because it's like a staple, I feel like, and that it's like a good for like your collection. I don't know.
So
I think it rounds out my collection.
This is where we start getting into the hypothetical whatevers. I'm just going to talk to Meg. You can just ignore me. You can keep things for any reason you want.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to play them, then you're just holding on to it. But you can keep it if you want to.
Well, but I would argue, like, there are a lot of people that collect a lot of things that you never get to do anything with. Like spoons.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
Stamps.
Again, people can collect things for any reason they want. For myself, my logic is every year I play like I'm gonna go back to you here. Every year I play like 300 to 400 new games, and that means from those 300 to 400 new games, maybe 20 to 40 of them I want to add to my collection. But I don't want my collection growing at an expanding rate. I want my collection somewhat staying the same, and primarily because of time. I just don't have more time. Every year there's not more time, so I want to play old games as much as I want to play new games. And so if I'm adding 20 to 40 games a year to my collection, then either my collection is growing each year, or I'm also getting rid of 20 to 40 games. So to me, I don't personally, this is a personal level, it's not a critique of anyone here, least of all not Meg, but no one here. I don't personally have room for games that are staples just for the sake of owning. But if you do, you do.
Okay, I'll consider that one. I've never even considered getting rid of it because I thought of it as a staple.
I
got Catan, and I've never played it because I felt like I should have it in my collection.
Do you know the difference between Catan and Scythe and I got rid of Catan too, but the difference between Catan and Scythe to me in that hypothetical is Catan is well known enough by enough people that it's the kind of game that someone who's not a gamer might come over and be like, I want to play Catan.
Yeah.
Scythe, anyone who sits there and says, I want to play Scythe, you probably own a copy of Scythe.
Right. Yeah.
Do you want to put it on the table?
No, but that's one that I'll consider for maybe the next Culling. That's one I will consider that I never really thought of before. That one in Fog of Love, I'll think about it.
Okay, so I don't think we're gonna get very far.
I'll think about it.
Okay, so now we got a very useful conversation around that. Let's start with the next one. Wonderland's War.
Maybe.
I'm not even saying it's a great game. I think it's a great game, but I just don't think you play it.
Well, no, here's my thing. For Wonderland's War, I only played it once, and it was a 5-player game, which I think is way too many people, and I think I would very much enjoy it. However, my copy is a regular copy, and I played with a deluxe copy, and having played with that, I think I would always prefer to play with a deluxe copy, so if I do play again, I would try to play with someone's deluxe copy, or get my, I'm happy to get rid of that to get a deluxe copy.
Do it. Do it. I have a copy.
A deluxe copy?
Yeah.
You don't know what to try?
No. No.
Okay, well, either way, we'll figure it out, but...
You just leaving it on the shelf, though?
No, I'm willing to get rid of that one for the deluxe. Should I be... So, guys, I'm 5 feet tall and inside my wormwood right now, and it's like we're home. So I'm just gonna do this kind of deal. I don't know if this is I think the rules are out of it because...
We can find the rules later.
Well, no, they're right here. I was just reading them. Should I sit in it before I get rid of it?
Are we doing a live sitting in it on camera? Are we doing a live sitting in a box on camera? Go for it.
I can prove it.
Go for
it's
it.
not a myth.
Okay.
Not a...
Am I just,
Look at how big this box is, too. You're gonna see I have wiggle room.
If it sits, it fits. If it sits, it
But
fits.
look, I could fit Nuka in here with me.
Yeah, that's exactly 100%. Okay, cool. We got you sitting in Wonderland's War.
Goodbye, Wonderland's War.
Okay. I can do that
so
too, by the
that's
way.
good.
Totally. I can do that too. Anyways,
It's a good exercise.
Title Blades, Heroes of the Beef.
I don't even want to keep it.
Okay, cool.
To me, it's like, I have reasons.
Twilight Imperium.
I've never played it. I got it to play it, and I got it, like, I want to keep it.
Okay.
I have reasons.
Wormholes.
Wormholes I'd like to play once before getting rid of it, but I have no need to keep it.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Let's
Do you want
see.
me to take that one out?
Up to you.
Could we whip it out this trip?
This is up. Oh, to play it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't play it. I wasn't okay with it. I thought Wormholes was fine, but.
Can you show it to me at least, maybe?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm willing to put it in the maybe pile if I can experience it.
This method of culling a collection is not one I've done. Walking across my table to grab games. What about Okay, so we got
everything else there is great.
Oh, I'm picking specific. I'm not picking everything.
This is great. This is great.
I'm actually picking specific games here.
I don't really want that one. Secret Hitler would actually maybe be good for a convention.
It's good for a convention.
library.
Grab it.
I've never played it because of what it's called.
And we can play it at a convention too. Yeah, that'd be great. I think that it's important that like the Jewish hosted convention should have Secret Hitler in it.
I wasn't gonna say it. I thought it. And I was like, I'm not sure if that's for this video.
Oh, it's all good.
I've never played it.
It's okay. And again, anytime there's a cut, we're gonna pretend the battery ran out. Okay. So that's fine there. What else we got here? I had something else I had in my eye a second ago. Oh, Pandemic. You were mildly okay with Pandemic.
I know. I'm kind of bummed because that's one that I bought because I felt like I should play it and wanted to play it. I didn't really like it, but I only played it on BGA. I guess it's still on BGA, and I am a BGA. In case we haven't said BGA enough times in this video yet, we love BGA. So
Also, Legacy is the best version of Pandemic. That if you're going to.
Oh, that's true. Good call, Alex. Where do you see Pandemic?
Right down there.
Can you get it?
I can definitely. I'm just gonna give people nausea as they spin across the room rapidly.
Nausea.
Okay.
Would it be better if I closed that window?
Nope. I like the what's it called? Okay. Twilight Inscription you like. We have Horrified. Are you a Horrified person?
No, but that's not mine.
Oh, well that was
Can't give that one away.
Okay. We have. Let's see what else are the targeted.
Both New Salem and Witching Hour, I will look into because again they're not mine, but I think I can get rid of them.
Okay.
They're both ones that I was waiting for a third player, and the third player never showed up. So.
Gotcha.
If you're a third player out there, we're looking for you. Still.
What about Imperial Spells and Steam?
I'd like to keep that one still.
Vast.
I'd like to keep that one still.
Yeah.
I've been painting minis again, so Vast is one in particular. I want to at least paint the minis, and then...
Ares Expedition, which you've played, and I didn't think you were that enthused with.
I was not that enthused with it, but I did like the compact ability of it. Is that a good word?
No, I think
That
it's
I could bring
important
it
that
somewhere?
a game that we don't like fits in a small box.
No, I would play Terraforming Mars over Ares Expedition. I didn't dislike Ares Expedition. I just wasn't mind blown the way I would be with like Terraforming Mars.
I think you like Merchants of the Dark Road.
I do like Merchants of the Dark
I've never
a lot,
heard you
actually.
even mention Wild Space.
I was just gonna say, where is Wild Space? I forgot what Wild Space even was. It's a game by Pandasaurus Games where you're like layering cards. Yeah, I don't care about it at all. Sorry.
Grab it. No,
I don't play light games, you guys. That's all it is. I think it was
Wild
fun.
Space was not that light.
You're just... I don't know.
It's a lot of card...
It wasn't for me.
It's a lot of card manipulation and abilities. It almost feels a little reminiscent of the Loop, honestly, to a small
but you
degree.
know what, Alex?
It's okay. We trust you. I believe in you.
I know, but I gotta
talking.
take all of these out.
It's okay. I'll pick on more games on the shelf if it helps. But I liked Wild Space, but I didn't feel it was essential. And while you're up there, you want to grab... And while we're talking about Pandasaurus, you want to grab Brew?
Are any of these part of it?
Brew?
Or any of these?
Rolling Realms, no. Patchwork, no. Sugar Heist and Hungry for the Humans, I don't even know what those are.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to get rid of them, you're allowed to suggest things.
This is a prototype, but I'm keeping it.
You're allowed to suggest whatever you want.
This is a prototype, but they're cryptids.
Okay.
Shout out to the Flatwoods Monster.
What about Brew?
If you know who the Flatwoods Monster is, put a light bulb in the comments below for me. Sure Heist is by the people that did Isaac's, The Binding of Isaac.
Oh, God. Well, I can see that from the artwork as soon as you show me the cover. Okay.
But yeah, these other two are great.
What about Brew? Get rid of Brew.
Brew I liked more. That Brew I actually recently saw people posting about, like, talking about strategy in it, and I don't know, I wanted to play it again. It actually made me want to play it again.
Okay.
So.
Listen, if you, again, anything you want to fight for, you can fight for.
Yeah.
And by fight, I don't even mean fight. All you have to say is no thank you, and we're done.
No thank you.
Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle?
I've never played it.
Oh, it's a fun game.
I know, that's what I've heard. I've always heard it's fun, I've never gotten to it, so...
Alright. You recognize you're never going to play Feudum, right?
No, get out of here, Alex.
Okay,
You're
we're done.
kicked out. Video's over. We're shutting it off now. We're keeping
Focus on that. What about the Wolves?
The Wolves, I would want to give one other shot.
Okay, let's see.
I think I only played, what, half of a game?
You only played half. If you haven't played outside of me, you've only played half a game.
Yeah.
Alright. We have a whole bunch of Chronicles of Crime, a whole bunch of Ascension. I'm not going to bother trying. You like Sonora. Have you played Skull Canyon? I feel like I'm just picking on Pandasaurus at this point.
Chronicles of Crime 1400 is one play away from leaving. I'm happy to get rid of it, but I'm on the last thing.
Sorcerer City. Grim Forest. Dinosaurs. Skull.
Okay, so this was part of my question for you. You're pointing just at my body. Grim Forest is half painted, and they're not even finished.
What's the
so,
question?
like, if you had, like, primed minis, is that something that you would still donate to a
absolutely.
library?
Absolutely.
I don't know. I wasn't sure.
No, I mean, it's ultimately they're used games. Sometimes they're upgraded in some ways. Sometimes you pick out a used game. Like, I would rather half-painted miniatures any day over sometimes you pick up a copy of a game and that game's been played, like, 1,700 times, and you could be like, when you see some cards should no longer be in a board game library.
What did we play at the glass die that was tiles?
The glass Santorini? No, tiles? I don't remember tiles. Santorini we played.
I think it was Santorini, and it was the people are tiles. Are they just cards? I feel like there was a game we got that had tiles, and I was like, whoa.
What was wrong with the tiles?
They were like beat.
I don't remember at all.
Sorry.
Was it like tiles or just cardboard pieces?
Cardboard piece, like a tile as in a...
Like Azul?
I can't remember.
Okay, I don't know. We're gonna
it
move
wasn't
on.
Azul.
Alright, Dinosaur World. You said you don't like that as much as Dinosaur Island.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't played it since I got it. I mean, I played it when I got it.
Do you want to get rid of it? You don't have to.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
That was one that I went all in on, so I have a bunch of the expansions, and I played it a bit when I first got it.
Keep in mind, I only got rid of my copy because Meg said she's going to teach me her copy, so
yeah.
That is that. But if it's at the level of a treat library, we can still both play it.
I think that's one I'll still hold on to until I'm sure. I'm not sure.
Okay, and I know how much you love Quacks of Quedlinburg. You actively dislike the game. Actively dislike it.
I would get rid of it.
Actually, I'm sorry. I need to keep my tone lower. This is not meant to be a beating on anyone.
You don't have to do anything. Don't make anyone make you do this.
You should never, ever cull something because someone's shouting at you. But because someone's having a conversation that inspires you to think about it, that's a different conversation. When you move to yelling, it's a little bit of peer pressure, especially when you know it's on camera. But don't get me wrong, people will hate on me well before they hate on her, so it's all good. Okay. Quacks is being pulled off the shelf. I love it.
Fine.
Villainous, do you even like?
No.
Do you dislike it?
Again, I think it's just like a collection piece. I have friends that like it a lot more. That like if I played, I would. People are.
The wandering.
Okay,
if I'm not looking at the screen.
I love how we're both yelling at the same time. Board Game Co. fans, when I do the calls at Alex's house and I'm doing the videography, it's way smoother than this. I'm just saying.
For context, I was like, I'll be behind the camera and pointed at you so I can see things, and she's like, no, be in front of the camera. I'm like, okay, cool.
I think you should do both. Which is what I did.
Anyways, go ahead.
What were you asking about?
We were talking about Villainous, and you were talking about set pieces.
Yeah, so Roberto really enjoys Villainous, so he has even more than I do that I'm like, I guess I keep it close to my collection.
If that's your reason, listen, you have to be true to yourself. What's your reason that you care about things?
I don't know.
Unfathomable?
Why are we getting this deep right now? My unfathomable is signed, so I'd prefer it. That's like when it's more special, I want to keep it, so that's signed that I'd want to keep it. I'm still thinking about, Villainous and Sorcerer City.
I approve of thinking about both those games, but ultimately, again, decide for yourself.
Sorcerer City I really enjoyed, but I haven't picked it up since, so...
I like Sorcerer City. I enjoy Sorcerer City. Also, I don't play it. Both things are true.
I'll consider it. We're just gonna put these all in the let's think about it pile and make actual decisions.
Which we are making progress on, for the record. We are making progress on the think about it pile, so, like, it's not the worst video. It's going to be shorter than last time, not be an hour long. Actually, it might be an hour long. Villainous. The entire stack of Villainous.
Yeah, I would fight for other ones over those, so...
Okay. Now we have an entire box of small... We have an entire shelf of small box games that I don't want to target every single one because it would take forever. No, that shelf over there. I'm not going to fight over everything. I'm going to walk over to it.
I would say if there's anything you want that you think is a good item, let me know.
Let's see.
But
We
otherwise,
got
it's
a whole bunch of Clank.
crazy.
We got that old wallpaper. We got a bunch of small box tiny epics, which again I'm not gonna fight for these things. You gotta pick and choose your battles here. We got the crew, which is fantastic. We got Skull King, which I think you don't even like Skull King.
I don't like Skull King.
What?
I would get rid of it.
Okay. I'm gonna let you grab that because I'm holding the camera and things are gonna fall. We got Galaxy Truck
Guys,
out.
with Skull King, just to clarify, I don't like the whole you have to be like, I don't like how you have to...
Is it really that? It's really?
I'm
Oh my
just
gosh.
really short. I don't like that you have to...
What are you doing? You're just messing with me at this point?
No, I can tell where the camera is. Skull King, I don't like that you have to bet on like how many things you're gonna win. I do like that mechanic in Cat in the Box, and I think it's easier to predict and a lot smoother. In Skull King, I think things are just so random that it's like, I don't know, I just didn't like that mechanic.
This sounds like me
Sue me.
before I grew to like trick-taking games. Skull King's over here.
Oh, sure, pick a game.
We have Talisman Kingdom Hearts. It's all good.
I heard a mini at the top.
Talisman Kingdom Hearts.
That one's also signed.
Jeez, can you get rid of the signed games?
I know.
Could you just not get
maybe
games?
eventually.
Don't get signed games in the future because
Okay.
it's commitment.
That's fair. That's
Okay.
fair.
Merchant's Cove. I'm seeing a big giant box of Merchant's Cove that I know you don't like. You said you don't like.
Don't even like it.
You actively do not like it. Is it signed?
No.
Do you know the designer?
No.
Do you have friends who ask to play it?
Yeah, but they don't come over. No.
Well, then that's their fault. This is their punishment. This video right here is your punishment. Visit Meg more often,
I know. I
please.
say that, and I'm like, I haven't invited them. That's why I like got soft
This
when
is
I said
ignore
that.
what I said. This is Meg's not inviting you over. She doesn't even like you,
I gotta
honestly.
invite them over.
Boom. Look at that confidence. Look at that smooth pull. That's a big box of game, honestly, right there. This is like, we're already at like a decent
I know.
amount.
I have so much room.
You don't... Okay, whoa. Do you want to go look at the stacks of games?
That's what I'm excited about, is to fix the stack.
It's like, no. By the time we're done with this, Meg's still going to have too many games.
I mean, the loop's not great. It was a joke, you guys. It was a joke.
Again, if I love a game and you don't, get rid of it.
It was
But,
a joke.
This Viscounts, Paladins, Raiders, do you play those games?
I'm keeping them.
Okay. Okay, I think we're good on this shelf over here then. We got Seasons, Athenium.
Yeah, obviously I have a ton of Ascension guys, but for now that's staying.
So Clover. You don't even like So Clover.
I have to keep So Clover, obviously.
Why?
Because I do enjoy it.
Oh, okay, fine.
I don't... Yeah.
Wow. Friends of Meg should not watch this video. Anyways. Next shelf
Have
over
you
here?
played Skull Canyon?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not heard. You know who likes it? Chris George from Room and Board. I'm
Oh.
pretty sure he likes it.
Okay, well,
I haven't heard enough general buzz to track it down.
I really enjoyed Gods Love Dinosaurs when I played it, but this is one again that I haven't played since I got it.
I think Gods of Dinosaurs is a charming game. I enjoy it. I also will never ask to play it.
I think during the time, I had this and Cascadia, and controversial, I liked this better than Cascadia.
You.
But I've also only played Cascadia since then, but that's because usually other people are asking me to play, and I never get
Also,
to do it.
Cascadia plays great solo. I don't know anything about the Gods of Dinosaurs solo.
I'm gonna give this one another try. I think I should play. I'm gonna put it like somewhere more up front because honestly, I really enjoyed it when I played it.
It's one of those games. Gods of Dinosaurs is one of those games that there are a lot of these where I played it and I was like, this is charming. I like it. I enjoy it. And then as I do before I review games, I played it multiple times, and with each play, I kind of diminished in how much I enjoyed it.
What about both of these guys?
Get rid of him. If you're suggesting it, it's already taken off the table. Take it to the table now.
I'm in the mood. I don't need Space Base. I've never really enjoyed it. Again, I have friends with it, so if I need to, I can play it with them. And this Cuphead game, if you like Cuphead, I think it was fun. I think it was very quick just how Cuphead like plays, but for me the like time mechanic was just too anxiety inducing.
Yeah.
So
Anything you're suggesting that I don't have to actively name, pull it up
yeah. And
automatically.
then let me look at the bottom shelf, but yeah, everything down there is great.
Dead of Winter, Imperial, Whitechapel, Terraforming Mars, the Ares Expedition that you don't... Whatever, it's all good.
Legends of Andor I could probably also eventually get rid of, but again I only have 2 adventures left in that one, so I'm so close to a lot of these finishing that I want to finish them.
Yeah, I tell myself that a lot too, don't worry.
But I am. I'm
Okay.
doing it.
Okay, let's go back around to over here.
Alright, these 2 I'm willing definitely need to
I'm
check
sorry for the
on.
lack of the camera situation. What are you doing? What are you doing?
We're gonna end up checking on these after the video to
Okay.
make sure. Like any that are a question that I can't get rid of, we'll check. But these two, I definitely.
We are making good progress on this list over here. I mean, I think we can make better progress if we got rid of a giant box of Twilight Imperium, but it's all good. I respect wanting to own that. Honestly, I own a copy, and it's more game than I need either. Okay,
I'm
so
also willing to check on because I don't care. Well, I don't care about it. They may not go to the. They may go to other people, but they can leave.
okay, progress.
They can go. What about? I hate that I'm doing this. I'm not gonna keep getting rid of things.
What was it?
I'm gonna say Under Falling Skies. I didn't enjoy it all.
Then get rid of it. I love that game.
I play a lot of solo games, but I didn't. I think it's probably the theme that for me it's just so.
Then dump it. It's a great game, and I'm saying get rid of it. What do you mean?
Do you think so?
Yeah, I still have a copy if you ever change your mind. Not that you can have it, because I'm keeping my copy, obviously.
Alright.
Okay.
Wow, now I'm getting anxiety. Now let me double think about this.
No, the double thing comes then. At the end.
Okay.
We got time. Everything. Even after the video is done, you can change your mind. It's all good.
I know.
Okay, I might sneeze now. No cut. I might sneeze. Thank you for that. And before we move over to you where you are, should I point out that you have Sushi Go and Sushi Go Party?
No.
Okay, I will not point it out then.
It's a great game.
Alright, so, Madara's obviously staying because we have to play that.
Yep.
Moonrakers, you got that there, it's all good. We got.
These are my Professor Meg promos.
I'm gonna sit down so I
For
can actually
brother-wise?
wiggle a drop
Well,
plus.
you just-
Sorry.
Should I sit on this part of the table?
If that's your jam, by all means. Okay. The problem is I can't. Here's my problem, by the way. This is my problem with filming. I can't look at Meg, the shelves, and the camera. I can do 2 at a time. I cannot keep all 3 in my head at once. And the problem is, I kind of have to. Alright, so let's go ahead and just do 2 of those 3. You got Meg right now.
If you're a videographer in the Massachusetts area looking to do pro bono work for Board Game Co., let us know and you might be in a future Culling video.
Thank you for that, Meg.
You're welcome.
Okay.
What's the question?
I'll just. So again, I can look at games and stuff.
Yeah.
We got. Whirling Witchcraft.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I enjoyed it too.
It deserves at least one more Halloween with me.
Banner Festival. Have you played it yet?
No. Yeah, that's a prototype
Okay, that's a prototype?
from your house.
A Banner Festival?
Yep.
I don't have a prototype.
It has stickers over.
Oh, are you sure that's a prototype?
I think it is.
So fun fact.
It was from you.
Yes, that's me. Banner Festival was printed at around the time that Skybound Games separated, or Druid City Games separated from Skybound.
Doesn't look
And
like
so,
it.
I don't, Meg, here's what I think happened, but it still might be prototype. What I think happened is, I think they printed it with the Skybound logo while they were separating, and so they slapped the Banner City, the Druid City logo, over it as a sticker. But I don't know if that's happened to like a few advanced copies or it happened to like everything. I think it happened to everything, but I could be wrong. If you have a copy of Banner City Festival, let us know in the comments down below whether yours is a sticker too.
They're already gone.
Alright. What, the people watching?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good. Then they won't mind my bad camera work. Although we will have to put out an ad for that message.
Guys, remember I said I was painting stuffed fables? Check this out. Check out my mini. He's cool. He has a cleaver.
Alright, Takanoko, have you played that?
Yeah, I like it.
When was the last time you played it?
A while ago, but I think it's really pretty on the shelf.
Art Travels.
I have not played it.
Luitalia.
I enjoyed it. I actually got that because I had so much fun playing it at Gamma last year.
Catan, for all the people coming over and visiting. Okay?
I don't know. Should I get rid of it? Are
That
you
is-
supposed to have it? I don't
Honestly,
know.
I held on
Let
to
us know. Let us know, and maybe next time we do another Culling, Alex can get me to like cull classic games that I don't like because.
So I held on to Catan for a long time,
I
and
feel
I
you
enjoy Catan to the extent that I keep debating getting Catan back, but I'll only do so with Cities and Knights and sea thingies or whatever. I'm not seafarers. I'm not gonna do it if it's just Catan.
Yeah.
But all right, so we got let's see, what do we got? We got Decorum. Do you play Decorum anymore?
No.
Do you want to get rid of it?
Maybe.
We have Power Grid,
Yeah.
Red Rising.
I would get rid of Power Grid.
Get rid of Power Grid. Power Grid,
Can you
go.
grab it?
Okay.
Road Rising was a gift.
Okay.
So until I'm at the point where I'm getting rid of those kinds of games, like the signed ones and the gift ones.
And when is that point?
I don't know, not yet.
Cryo.
Cryo I still want to hold on a little longer.
Okay.
A little bit longer. Santa Monica I don't care about.
Get rid of Santa Monica. Snally gas situation.
I can grab it. I enjoy Snallygaster, and there are 4 different monsters in it, and I've only played with 2, so I'd like to play with the other ones before I get
What's
rid
that Harry Potter game on the shelf down there?
One of them is Talisman, which I do want to keep. The other one is the House Cup competition, which I've heard is good, but have not played it.
You've heard is good. Interesting.
I think?
I've heard is not great, but I could be wrong.
Maybe I'm wrong.
And Harry Potter Talisman, I didn't find that compelling. I thought it was regular Talisman, but worse.
But I enjoy Talisman. I'd rather play that one once. That one I opened, at least.
I
don't know. I could maybe be talking to House Cup competition. I've never even looked at it. I honestly never consider it ever to play.
That's my thing.
I never think about it.
Part of my thing in general is the way I put it to Meg. I was talking to her a little off camera before we started. I get rid of things for 2 reasons, okay? Primarily 2 reasons. I'm sure many more. The first is because I've played it, and it's not good enough to mentally rank being pulled off the shelf to play again. And the second reason is I haven't played it, but it's so low down my priority list that it will never move up far enough. Because what happens is, every single month, let's just imagine, you're considering that?
No.
Oh, okay, fine.
But hey, if you guys want to know a really cool old title, Red November by Fantasy Flight Games. This is an extremely old title by them. It's where you're a bunch of like gnomes on a submarine trying to escape before things break, set fire, or the Kraken comes, and it's really fun.
And she has said enough positive things about that I was surprised when she pulled it off the shelf.
There's a time mechanic. Yeah, I just wanted to show it off.
Yeah. But the second reason is, if you're getting games on a regular basis, like I am, then you basically have a situation where, at any given point, let's pretend right now there's a list of like 30 games that are unplayed in my collection. There's more, but we're not going to talk about that. So let's pretend there's 30 games, and let's pretend one of them is currently number 25 in terms of my interest level of tabling. That's great. I'll get to it once I get rid of the first 25, right? The problem is, every week, new games come in. And that means, as things happen, those games are still ranking up higher and higher. And so that game number 25 is sitting on the bottom of a stack where I just situationally just do not see myself pulling it off and playing it. Is a cat pushing the boxes right now? What is she doing?
The box is moving. Nuka.
You see? She's pushing the boxes. Look at her. Look at her go.
Here she comes. Hi, Nuka.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Interrupted by the cat.
She's a good girl.
And now she's done. Anyways, yeah, so that's the second reason to get rid of a game. So House Cup, if you're never considering playing it, that's a good reason.
I honestly forgot I even had it.
What about Winter Tales?
That's one I do want to play. I actually picked that up used because I had interest.
Okay. So I think we've gone through most of the shelves. Do you want to do a quick scan of anything? Now,
yeah.
The tricky part, by the way, is
There
kind
may
of
be
what you
more
said.
in this.
The tricky part, what I find is, to me, going through your game collection is kind of like opening the fridge, hoping for something to eat. Sometimes you actually find something on the 5th try. I find I go through my shelves on a regular basis, and so often, things like House Cup, where you're like, it's mentally just on the shelf. You stop thinking about the game, you stop picturing it, and one time you're like, I don't play that, and I never will. And then it goes.
Here's something crazy. Azul.
Wow, what?
Because I have the chocolatier version, which is exactly the same, but I think the chocolate one is funner to keep, and regular Azul is on BGA.
Have we talked about BGA this video yet?
I don't think I have a need to keep the regular one because the chocolatier one is exactly the same.
I approve this decision.
And at first I was like, would I get rid of the chocolatier one? And I was like, no. But then I was like, I actually don't need to keep the regular one then.
Okay, so Azul's gone. That's helpful.
That's crazy because I love it. I would never think that, but I actually just have like a different version now.
See, mentally as well, that's an interesting thing. It's an interesting conversation. Like, mentally, you'd rather get rid of a duplicate than a signed copy. A duplicate of a game you love is worse than a signed copy, which I guess just priorities. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not said in a negative way, just we all have different things that trigger what we want to keep and not keep. All right, Meg, the camera's on you. It's your time to start thinking about what you want to add.
Maybe Sheepy Time?
I think Sheepy Time was passably good.
And then the other thing I'm considering is I do really love Ticket to Ride. Obviously, I'll keep that one. I also have Ticket to Ride London and San Francisco, and I prefer London. I'm not sure if I would ever go to grab San Francisco, unless I, like, moved there.
Just for the record, just for the record, if you're keeping a game because you might move there, why don't we just mentally budget $20?
Oh my god, let's go to Japan.
Let's just mentally budget $20 as part of your, if you ever move to San Francisco, it'll cost you $20 more to pick the game up again.
Yeah, it's honestly, guys.
I'll buy a few. I will buy, on camera right here, if Meg ever moves to San Francisco, I will buy her Ticket to Ride San Francisco. That's a housewarming gift.
Aww. I will say these small box Ticket to Rides are very fun. They're obviously a smaller box. If you usually only play with another person and you're in like an apartment with only so much room, they're also smaller boards, so they play a lot faster. So it's a way you can play like 3 games as opposed to 1 game of regular Ticket to Ride. I did enjoy this one. I just prefer London. It's each small box adds like a small mechanic that changes things, and I just liked London better. Yeah, but that may be it now.
You looking around the other shelves, or just that's the last one?
I've
done what I could as far as picking.
adding as we've been going. Decorum is the only other one I would consider, but I think that's one I need like a little bit more time with. And then like I'm not sure. I forget exactly how you open the envelopes and if it's resettable and how that all works.
It is resettable. It's completely resettable. It's all you're doing is just getting sets of what your goals are. Have you played Too Many Cooks yet?
No.
Okay, so Too Many Cooks by Good Games Publishing. Fun little side conversation. Good Games Publishing. This game to me, like, I got rid of Decorum already because I played through enough of the scenarios where I was like, you know what, I enjoy the puzzle, but I don't need to continue going. I don't think I finished it. I think I did like half or plus the scenarios, whatever it was. But to me, Too Many Cooks is the accessible, quick and easy version of Decorum that's just fun to own and play. And Decorum was good. I liked it a lot. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I really enjoy it. And Too Many Cooks is the one that's going to stay in my collection. I'm not saying long term. I don't know. I never know. But it's just more easier to just dive into.
So don't keep it on you.
Okay, keep it on me.
This corner is so messy.
We're not going to look at the messy corner. We're just going to talk about things. Go ahead, Meg. Tell us what's going on.
I would be open to getting rid of Shake That City.
Prototype, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
This game doesn't exist yet. No, it's AEG.
I think it was final.
It might be pre. So there's different terms. Fun facts for everyone who's watching this video. I would say there's 3.
I guess you're right.
Actually, this is fun. I was about to say there's 3 main things, and I realized publishers watching this video will be like, actually, there's 17. You're right, publishers, by the way. But there's a few different terms as far as where a game can be in the production process. 3 very common terms that I engage with as a content creator are a production copy, pre-production, and prototype. There are multiple phases before that, especially if you're going full, like, miniatures and red wax and all. There's all these different phases. Before those 3 phases, a production copy is what you actually have on the shelf. This is what you actually are getting. That's the final thing. It might be the final, whatever. It might be the one they send beforehand. Pre-production are often mostly production, sometimes with small little tweaks that might be like, oh, we don't have, the right markers for your dry erase markers for the game. And then prototypes are full on, hey, this is a game concept that exists. Very often with some games, like Shake That City, I don't know if it's a prototype or pre-production. I don't think it's a production, but I think it's one of the previous 2.
Yeah.
You holding this one?
We'll add back your races.
You're going to add that one?
Yeah.
Have you seen the miniatures?
Yeah. They're
Aren't they
really,
cool?
really cool.
I'm not advocating keeping it.
I really enjoyed the production of it, but it's just not one I'm ever going to play.
This is actually one that's great for the convention, because you could play it at the convention.
Yeah. They're very, very cool.
Let's just show people.
I would take them out.
You want to take the plastic off?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do...
I know. There you go.
This is Wacky Races.
Cool. Okay, maybe I'll keep Okay.
They are very cool. This is the production painted whatever version.
Okay, fine. Never mind.
Wow. Anyone going to level up a treat hoping to play Wacky Racers, Meg might bring it, but it's not going to be there permanently. Like, I got rid of Dungeon Fighter for Level Up a Treat. I thought it was a great game to give to Level Up a Treat. Alright.
That was a box fight.
That was. Anything else as far as last thingies? You done? All done those?
Unless you want to try for anything else, but I think I am happy.
I can't point at every game. I can point to the ones I think are reasonable candidates. Okay, I think at this point we're going to move to the final recap where we just take a look at all the games on the table and go through it. Do you want to breather to pause or...?
Sure.
Okay, breather to pause. We'll be right back. Alright, so we're back here for the final recap, and this is the current list. We have Verdant, Wormhole, Shake That City, Horrified, Witching Hour, New Salem, Quacks of Quedlinburg, Pandemic, Wonderland's War, Sorcerer City, Skull King, Villainous, Space Base, Under Falling Skies, Wild Space, Secret Hitler, Namiji, Harry Potter, Azul, Ticket to Ride, Sheepy Time, Santa Monica, Power Grid, Cuphead, Merchant's Cove, and more Villainous. Any second thoughts?
Oh my gosh.
Like, one thing I do in my Culling videos, in general when I do my Games Leaving the Collection videos, one of the things I do is, which of these make me sad?
Yeah, maybe Sorcerer City.
Interesting. Do you want to keep it?
That may be the one.
Do you want to hold it back?
Yeah, and maybe I will hold on to Verdant just because it's, I don't know.
I'm not complaining. For you, this is progress. For me, I'm a vicious culler. If I'm on the fence, it almost always means it should go. But this is progress no matter what you do. If you want to pull back 2 games and make you feel better about yourself, by all means, reward yourself.
Truly, I think the only one I would really miss is Sorcerer City.
Then
I would love to replace Wonderlands more. But I wouldn't want to play it not upgraded.
Yeah, this is the practical equivalent. Pulling a game back is the practical equivalent of, I just lost 10 pounds. I'm going to eat a cookie as a reward.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But
I'm going to go buy a game.
You could do that. Just the problem is if you lose 10 pounds and eat 10 pounds worth of cookies, it doesn't help you.
Yeah.
Versus if you lose 10 pounds and eat a pound worth of cookies, that's not forced.
This is a lot. And this isn't even making a dent, I still feel like.
It's never making a dent.
Yeah.
It's that's why. I mean, like, because how many games do you get a month?
I don't know, man. Depends on the month.
It's like, but if you're getting 5 games a month, that's 60 games a year.
Yeah.
And for some people, 5 is a lot. For a content creator, 5 is a relatively little amount. So 5 games a month would be 60 games a year. If you're not getting rid of 60, you're just adding. Which is why I call a lot. I'm someone who always even before becoming a content creator, I got rid of games all the time. But yeah.
I will say, looking around at the games that I was sure about keeping, the ones that I was like, yes, that stays, it did make me more excited that, like, this is less brain space now I have to hold, and I will hopefully play those ones that I'm excited to play.
That's the thing. One of our first calls that we did together, of my games, not yours, although it did result in a bunch of games going to your house, which was a mistake, but one of those was motivated specifically by playing Too Many Bones, which I played Too Many Bones plenty, but I dove back into Too Many Bones, and then I was like, why? Why am I keeping all these games that are simply good when I can play games that are great? There are so many, like, anytime you sat there and said no, as opposed to starting a conversation, I wasn't pushing. If you're willing to have a conversation, if you're like, I keep this because of that, that's a different conversation. Yeah. If you're like, no, I'm just done. Yeah. I'm done. But anyways, that's it. Yeah. Any final thoughts?
I do think I need to figure out what I'm doing about prototypes. I think that's an issue that they're littered all around the house that I need to either figure out getting rid of more of them. I don't really want to get rid of all of them, so we'll see, but, we're having, like, a separate area, so it's easier for me to see, like, okay, these are all prototypes, so now you need to condense them or something. I don't know, but I have a prototype problem.
And a signed copy problem.
Well, I think that's fine.
Yeah. Anyways. But that's basically it. That is the next culling at Meg's house. I'm sure there'll be a third culling at some point. I don't know when it will be. How long ago was the last one? Was it only 6 months or so?
Yeah. My hair was long.
Interesting. 6 months is not so long. A cull every 6 months is not the worst if you get rid of a bunch of games.
This is the spring culling.
Spring cleaning. Spring culling.
That's what you should call it.
The spring culling. Well, now it will be.
Yeah. That's where the title came from. They said it in the video.
Anyways, that's it. This is the second culling. These are going to be games going to Level Up Retreat. Past that, in general, like I promised at the beginning, a small little soliloquy or monologue about games. You have to decide for yourself why you're keeping games. That's true always, all the time. Decide for yourself. Do what makes you happy as long as it's not harming or hurting those around you. I, on a personal note, keep games to play. And kind of similar to what Meg said a second ago, for me, it's never like, I just did a recent campaign game call and someone's like, you need more shelf space. I'm like, that's not true. For me, it's not about shelf space. It's about time. It's about mental space and time. If I have 500 games, I cannot keep 500 rules in my head, and I cannot play all those games. Every game I get rid of is not a game I got rid of. It's an opportunity to play the games I love instead of the game that I wishy-washy enjoy and have fun with. But no, instead of holding on to, like, Sorcerer City, a game that I actively like and recommend, but instead of holding on to that, I can sit there and play 5 Tribes again, which I don't play enough, and I'd always rather play 5 Tribes over Sorcerer City. To me, getting rid of games is not about getting rid of things, it's about the opportunity of what you get back. Now, whether or not you choose to go down that journey, it's up to you. I do find for many people, not everyone, it is something that once you do it once, it gets easier and easier, and it becomes almost refreshing, it becomes its own little... I've had many people say that it becomes a little mini-game. It becomes this little thing of, what else can I get rid of? What else can I get rid of? Although, don't go too far down the rabbit hole, because you should also enjoy your hobby, and the hobby shouldn't be getting rid of games, it should be enjoying your hobby, however you choose to engage.
I'm having, like, a moment, and so you guys may have heard this, you may not, but I started with Pokemon, the TCG, and when I was playing Pokemon a lot, I would sell a lot of cards, and then when I got out of the game, I sold a lot, and I sold, like, promos that I had and things like that I really regretted selling later. I wonder if that's why I'm so afraid to call board games.
Interesting.
Because there's some things I regret getting rid of.
So another thing I will say, a lot of people have said things like, I keep games for, well, I've keep them to play with my kids in 10 years. So I keep them because what if they go out of print and I change my mind? What I usually answer for that is, most of the time, if you are willing to get rid of things, you can acquire the thing down the road. It might cost you a premium, but you can acquire the thing down the road, so you can hold on to everything in the fear of what happens next, or you can get rid of things and say, you know what, I'll get rid of 20 games, I'll sell them, I'll trade them, I'll whatever, but at some point, sure, I'll get them back. If I need to pay a premium down the road 10 years from now, if I care enough about it, then sure, do it.
Yeah.
Anyways, with that, this has been the second culling, the spring culling of Professor Meg's collection. Wow, never mind, none of these games are leaving apparently. In any case, until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co.
I'm Professor Meg.
And I hope you have a good one.
Bye.